Explore the mysterious land of Tlālōcān to learn about the Aztec culture's secrets and mysteries while overcoming perilous obstacles and shocking surprises. Revealing the remarkable practices and customs that form the culture and Greek myths of this advanced tribe as we journey via the Mysteries of Tlalocan to enter the mystical era of the Aztecs. The Aztec god of rain and ovulation is the subject of this incredibly interesting eternal realm of exploration. Background: a sophisticated and intriguing culture that reigned over Mexico for many years was the Aztecs. The concept that life and death were interconnected and that the dead spirit traveled to the afterlife region known as Tlālōcān was crucial to their worldview. Among the many significant gods in the Aztec pantheon, Tlaloc, the deity of rain and fertility, was thought to reside at Tlālōcān. Tlālōcān was seen by the Aztecs as a paradise, a land of wealth, and a region where the spirits of the deceased may dwell in harmony and plenty. They believed the voyage to Tlālōcān to be dangerous, and that the decedent's soul had to pass through 9 regions of the underworld before being evaluated and challenged by the gods. Some Aztec scrolls depict Tlalocan as a haven controlled by the rain god Tlaloc and his wife, Tlālōcān. It absorbed people who passed away due to the rain deity-related illnesses, lightning, drowning, or other causes, in certain wall murals from the far older Teotihuacan period. Tlalocan has also been identified. Tlalocan, a whole notion incorporating the underground realm and its inhabitants, endures among contemporary Nahua-speaking individuals of the Gulf Coast. The Aztecs used complex rites and rituals to pay homage to the gods and guarantee the dead's peaceful departure. To worship Tlaloc and other gods, they constructed beautiful temples and mounds that were decorated with exquisite carvings, paintings, and figurines that portrayed scenes from Aztec mythology. As another manner of sacrificing their actual blood to the gods, they engaged in human sacrifice rituals, which they used obsidian blades to puncture their flesh. Tlalocan, according to the Aztecs, was a realm of rebirth where the souls of the dead might be changed into new life forms. They had the belief that the souls of soldiers who perished in combat would transform into hummingbirds, while the souls that lived and died naturally would change into butterflies. The art, architecture, and mythology of the Aztec people all illustrate how important the concept of change was to their way of life. The Aztec civilization's ruins still survive as evidence of their sophisticated civilization. The palaces and monasteries that were formerly used to worship the gods are today popular tourist destinations, bringing the tourists from all over the globe who are intrigued by the secrets of Tlalocan and the intriguing world of the Aztecs. Tlalocan is portrayed as an arena of perpetual springtime, with an abundance of vegetation and plant matter native to the area. In the Florentine Codex, a collection of 16th century volumes that serve as one of the primary sources of knowledge about the faith and past of post-classic central Mexico. According to the epic cosmographies of the Nahuatl-speaking citizens of pre-Columbian central Mexico, which are especially documented in conquest area records of Aztec mythology, Tlalocan is additionally the initial level of the higher worlds, or the Aztecs' 13 heavens, which includes 4 sectors. The divinity was conceptualized by the Aztecs as consisting of 9 levels of the underworld and 13 levels of the higher worlds, with the journey of the deceased depending on how they died, being the home of Tlaloc, the 9th lord of the night. Tlalocan was also regarded as the 9th level of the underworld, which according to Edward Sealer's reading was the easternmost underworld. There are many levels in the Aztec notion of paradise. Tlalocan, the highest and most esteemed level, was only for individuals who had passed away from reasons involving water, since it was regarded as holy and necessary for life. Those who were thought to be under the spell of Tlaloc, the deity of rain and water, as well as those with obvious physical anomalies, were supposed to travel to Tlalocan for their afterlife. Tlaloc's place in Aztec religion. One of the most respected deities in Aztec mythology, Tlaloc was known for his control over water, fertility, and agriculture. The significance of Tlaloc to Aztec religion, as well as the practices surrounding his worship, will be discussed in this section. Tlaloc is a rain god. The main reason the Aztecs revered Tlaloc was that the rain was necessary for agriculture and for the survival of their civilization. He was often shown with lightning bolts or serpentine teeth, since it was thought that he controlled the clouds and the rain. Tlaloc and fertility. Tlaloc was connected to fertility and the development of crops in addition to rain. He was often seen holding a maize plant, an important source of nourishment for the Aztecs, and was sometimes referred to as the Maize Lord or Lord of the Green. Tlaloc in Aztec mythology. Tlaloc was a significant figure in numerous Aztec myths and stories, often depicted as a ruthless and powerful god. He was portrayed in some tales as a kind god who blessed the populace with rain and fertility, and in others as a vengeful god who punished those who displeased him. Tlaloc in Aztec ceremonies. Blood sacrifice, music, dancing, and prayer were just a few of the sacrifices and rituals used to serve Tlaloc. The Tlālōcān ritual, which was celebrated in his honor during the rainy season, was his most significant event. Tlaloc in Aztec art. Tlaloc was a well-liked topic in Aztec art, and representations of him can be seen on a wide range of items, including ceramics, jewelry, and codices. He was instantly recognizable because of his standout characteristics, including his fangs and his eagle feather headgear. Tlaloc was a strong god who ruled over the elements necessary for life and prosperity, and as such, he played a significant part in Aztec religion and culture. Aztec art and iconography often included his likenesses, and his devotion was important to their calendar and ceremonies. Certain groups in modern-day Mexico, like those in the Sierra Norte de Pueblo region, still use the idea of Tlalocan as a shamanic destiny and the netherworld in their religious rituals. Shamanic admissions into Tlalocan is accomplished by subterranean rivers, often a whirlpool. The water was swirling there, and it drew me in and down into the darkness around and around, and is always accomplished during dreams when the intention of treating a patient. After waking up, the shaman dreamer will describe the route taken to Tlalocan to the listeners during a healing session. To this, he or she will add, only when directing a student or speaking to other shamans who are practicing their craft, never to a general audience, an explanation of the route in terms of numerically counted rivers, highways, and hills, as classed in a series of 14. So between the underworld's core and its boundaries, there are 13 of each kind of feature, and one of each type is found in the underworld center. The portions of Tlalocan are described here in the order of the compass directions. The Ehikatagat, the ruler of the winds, and the Miquitagat, the god of death, are in the north. During the first year following death, they are responsible for caring for souls. These are two enormous caverns, one on top of the other, where both of the lords are housed. Death resides in the innermost region. The burial, where the lord's death and his slaves store their souls, is where the deceased enter the dark world. The Lord of the Winds is tasked with finding additional souls on the Earth's surface to add to the population of the hereafter. The Cave of the Winds, on Tlalocan's northern side, is the source of several kinds of hazardous winds. This is the home of the clay pot caretaker and the ruler of the winds. Toads were thought to be the attendants who kept the pots clean. To generate storms, the winds, mists, rains, thunder, and lightning are retained within the pots. The shadow of death, the Miquitaqual, and the Miquitacat, which are sometimes referred to as the words of death, are among these hazardous winds. The Quateame, or lightning bolts, the Popocame, or thunderclaps, and the smoke ones, who create the haze of death that derives onto the surface of the world in tandem with the winds of death, are further helpers of the Lord of Winds. There is a spring of boiling water in the south that is veiled in mist and fog. The spring is located deep within a cave that has been lit by Popocam fires. The Cuilahexe, a huge worm, lives deep within this scalding spring. The Cuilahexe creates the caves by eating the ground. When it burrows under the surface, its flaming breath and scorching saliva devour the land. The region referred to as the Apan, the waters, is located in the east. Apan is a large lake or sea in the underworld that is connected to all of the world's groundwater at its bottoms. Atagat, Asiawat, the king and queen of the rivers, are said to dwell there. The Llorona, or weeping lady of folklore, who is constantly located near streams of water sobbing, as described in the Telleriano Reminiscences and the Tonalamatl Aban, is sometimes associated with the Ayuchat. Cities exist in the depths of Asia, and once spirits leave the north at the conclusion of the first year of death, they go to this area. In reality, the west is a cave that is exclusively home to very deadly women, like the Death Woman, Miquichua, and the Wind Woman, Ahea. The ladies from this side of the underworld went in search of men's souls, particularly lecherous males, who pair with numerous women. They would also steal the souls of women who were waiting for their illegal mates in the fields, cemeteries, or pathways. The richness and complexity of Aztec civilization, from their religious beliefs to their scientific understanding, have been made clear through exploring the riddles of Tlālōcān. Our voyage has revealed this civilization's mysteries and given us a better understanding of its fascinating mythology and history.